Okay, here's a quick thoughts about moldings, molding polylines. I've got a couple of solids right here and here, and these are both just set to have the top at 0, and that way when we look at a section we have a reference. And this molding polyline here, it's got just a rectangular molding on it, 12 inches high. And the molding polyline is set to be 100 inches. And so if I look at that in section, there's my solid, which the top of it is 0. Here's that molding that's 12 inches high, and the bottom of it is 100 inches, 8 feet 4 inches. So if I come back over here and open this back up, and let's make it 0. And we go back over here. Now it's back down to 0. Top of it is at 12. So what happens if I check to top? Now the top of that molding is at 0. Okay, let's talk about inside and outside. When you do this, the default is extrude inside polyline. And so you'll notice this has got start and end indicators on it, start and end. So if you're looking at this polyline, you can see that the molding is on the right-hand side. So Chief calls that the inside. So if you want the molding to be on the other side, you can uncheck that, say OK, and you can see there that the molding has now flipped to the other side. Nothing else changes. Here is just I just did this and changed that into a molding polyline. So if you open this up, extrude inside polyline, that kind of makes sense. Here's your polyline, here's the molding on the inside. You can flip it to the outside the exact same way. Okay, here's a molding profile I drew just to prove a point, and it's kind of backwards. You don't normally see them like this. You were asking about the origin. So the origin is right there. Here's the molding polyline I've got over here in the browser, the library. Okay, down here this is just a solid, and it's positioned right up against this molding polyline, and that's just to give us a reference. The solid is the top is at 0, and when you come over here to look at the cross section, here's the edge of that solid, and you can see how this molding that I drew placed on this molding line that's where it is. Like I said, all this stuff you just need to experiment with it and get familiar with it. Moldings act kind of funny sometimes. Just draw them out and see what happens.